You know how there's been a resurgence of Y2K aesthetics and fashion and media really because of nostalgia? Well, people experiencing that for the first time now are going to think of Y2K in relation to the 2020s. And if that doesn't make sense, I will relate it in a way that will. In the 2000s, there was this big trend where everybody was kind of obsessed with the 1950s. I know my family went to a doo-wop and a sock hop, and basically it felt like every event we went to, there was like jukebox signs up and they would play 50s music. And so when I think about the 1950s, since I wasn't alive during the actual 1950s, I think of my experience in the 2000s. So the 50s for me are the 2000s. Comparable thing with the 60s. In college, we celebrated the 50th anniversary of the Beatles coming to America. And there was a huge push. You went to Barnes & Noble, they had a whole 60s display. It felt like everything was the 60s and the 2010s. And so if you were not around during Y2K, but you're experiencing them for the first time now, when you look back in a few years and think about Y2K, you will be thinking about the 2020s. And I know it's cyclical trends, but it's also, I feel like it's not talked about enough. And I wonder if that happened generations ago as well. Were people in the 1950s nostalgic for 1920s fashions? Is there a resurgence of flapper dresses in the 1950s? I don't know. Along the same lines, I was thinking about how less frequently I now type than I used to, because voice to text has gotten so much better, and also AI is helpful. And as these technologies, specifically AI, progress, people are going to be typing less and less. And I feel like it's going to get to the point pretty soon where typing is going to be kind of like cursive. It's this thing grandma can do. Maybe we still teach it in some schools, but we're not going to use it as much.